Well, now that we've learned how to swing the club with our arms while standing up straight, we're going to learn how to downturn out of the athletic stance. I want you to take your heavy pipe, put it across your chest. Put your feet about shoulder width apart. Get in an athletic stance. Turn back, and then turn forward. Again, it's turn, turn. It's turn, turn. We're going to let our pipe teach us how to make the turn. We're not going to micromanage it. We're not going to tell our body what to do. We're going to let our body teach us. Now that we've learned what we're going to do, let's do the exercises. Remember to stay around through the exercises because I'm going to be throwing out tips as we're doing them. Take it, put it across your chest, feet about shoulder width apart, get into an athletic stance, turn, 1, turn, 2, turn, 3, turn, 4, turn, 5. You notice I'm letting the pipe kind of come off my arm at the end there. Its momentum is carrying it forward. You don't have to clutch it like super tight on the end. If you do, it'll jerk you around maybe farther than you can twist. We don't want anybody hurting their back on this. So if the pipe's too much or pulling you forward too much, just let the pipe go and let it do its stuff. Okay? We don't want anybody getting injured. And 1. And 2. And 3. And 4. And 5. Let's try around this way. You should notice, of course, this pipe will be at an angle. If you're down like this and turning flat on your shoulders, you're definitely doing it wrong. Okay? If you're in an athletic stance, when you turn, you should be turning around your spine. And since your spine is at an angle, this should turn at an angle also. And 1. And 2. And 3. And 4. 5. Again, this is not a race. Just take your time. Don't want anybody injured. You just want your body to teach you how to make the turn. And 1. And 2. And 3. 4. And 5. I'm sure you noticed I make a little bounce when I get down into my athletic stance. It's just a habit I've developed. You don't have to, but it kind of helps me get my knees flexed and just kind of in the right position. And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, 25. Downswing. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5. I want you to notice my feet in these next few turns. I'm keeping them flat on the ground. Right now, I don't want you to be rolling your feet back or forward. I don't want you up on your toes. Just, I want you to keep your feet flat. Notice my trail foot. We'll start with that one. And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5. Now you can notice my lead foot also. And 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 5. Now, we're coming up on the module for footwork, so we won't be leaving them flat on the ground all the time, but for this one, I want you to be leaving them flat. One, two, 3, and 4, and 5. Notice my head follows the turn. I'm not keeping my head down. I'm not ball bound. Later on, we'll get to, quote, keeping your eye on the ball. Right now, I just want you to be relaxed. Let your head follow the turn. And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5. That's 50. and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5. Now remember, the weight of the pipe depends on the individual. If you feel like you're overdoing it, get a lighter pipe. We don't want anybody injured here. If you feel like you're not doing enough or not tiring yourself out, on the other hand, maybe you need a larger pipe. I'm in my mid 60s, but I'm also 6'4", so I don't know if I'm a good example for anybody on what weight they should use. You'll have to figure that out on yourself. Just vary on the light side if you have to vary on one. And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5. Now, about this time, your body is starting to tire, and it's going to make you more efficient with this turn. So start being aware of what your body is doing. For me, it's becoming much more hip-driven and less shoulder-driven at this point. They're working more in concert. But you just need to notice whatever it is with you. Your body will tell you what's the best way to make this turn, the most efficient way. The idea is to learn the feeling, not to micromanage your body. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5. Later on, we'll use this drill to teach you how to time your backswing, how to get up there and come back in a smooth swing. But for right now, just do the turn. Don't worry about poop coming back real quick, okay? Just go up and come back. And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, 5, 70. Again, just get in a comfortable athletic stance. By now, the pipe should have taught you what a good athletic stance is. But just be comfortable with it and listen to your body. And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5. Now, I realize I did some of these kind of quickly, back and forth into 5. You really should make an effort to make the move and then come back to your starting point and pause for a moment. So it's like the golf swing, you're starting from a pause state. And 1, and and 4 and 5. One thing you'll notice after doing this drill is that all of a sudden you have a much more powerful back turn. You know, you think of the back turn as a nice lazy motion, but actually, if you put a little effort into it, have a powerful back turn, it sets the club up at the top, particularly if you're using something with a graphite shaft, puts a little flex in it, and actually helps you hit it just a little bit farther. So this will help your back turn power-wise. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. Of course, as I said, about this time you're starting to get tired, or hopefully you should be tired by this point. So listen to your body and what it's telling you to make this a more efficient turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. 25. Almost done. See, it doesn't take that long to do these drills. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 5. That is 100. Again, if you don't feel like you've got it, do another 100. But with this particular drill, take a break in between, let your back rest. We don't want you overworking your back.